if you're a teenage football player or the parent of a teenage football player and you want to play on the next level or play in college, it's very important that you have a basic understanding of NCAA football and rules and regulations and setup. So today we're going to keep it simple and we're only going to talk about Division 1 football and the two subdivisions, FBS and FCS, which are both part of Division 1. So you got D1 as a whole, and it's got two subdivisions, FBS and FCS. Now, the Division 1 as a whole represents the highest level of athletics that's sanctioned by the NCAA. These are schools that are the powerhouse programs. So D1 schools are gonna have the nicest facilities, they're gonna have the biggest budgets, and they're gonna have the most athletic scholarships compared to Division 2 and Division 3. College football is the only sport in Division 1 that is broken down into two subdivisions. So no other sport does this. So in football, you have two subdivisions, which are FBS and FCS. FBS is college football is the only sport in Division 1 that is broken down into two subdivisions. So no other sport does this. So in football, you have two subdivisions, which are FBS and FCS. FBS is the big boy of them, so we're going to start with them. FBS is the highest level of football in NCAA. Now, FBS stands for Football Bowl Subdivision. And as of 2024, it consists of 134 schools or programs and 10 conferences. And it also, compared to FCS, has offers more scholarships than FCS. So within this top level of Division 1, you got two subdivisions. FBS, which was formerly known as Division 1A, is the big boy, the biggest of the big boys, and has more scholarships than FCS, has more money, bigger budget, nicer facilities, and of course their players and athletes are going to be bigger, faster, stronger, faster paced game, and these are the big time programs of the big time. Okay, and let's see, FBS schools. So we talked about the number of them. We got the name. All right, so we'll keep it at that. And it's also, I guess, the FBS, where it comes from, the bowl subdivision, is named for its postseason bowl games. All right. Now, FCS. This stands for Football Championship. That's what I said. Yeah, FCS, Football Championship Subdivision. Okay, FCS is the second highest level of football in NCAA. It's also, it's part of D1, so it's big, but they're not going to have as many scholarships as the FBS. And as of 2024, I believe they have 129 programs and 13 conferences within the FCS. In the postseason for FCS, it is a multi-team tournament style to determine who the champion is on that subdivision. It's one division, D1. It's the highest division, and it's the only sport that is broken down into two subdivisions, and that gives you the FBS, the biggest of the big boys, and then FCS, the big boys as well. And now you know, when you're doing outreach, when you're watching games, when you're speaking about the college game as far as NCAA football, that you have an understanding and know where teams and programs fit, and you understand and you can talk and have a conversation, and you know what it means if somebody's saying FBS and FCS. So later in a different video, we'll kind of break down each subdivision on its own, because you have, once you get into FBS, it has a breakdown among the conferences, and you get to know all that. But it's very important that you have this general knowledge, because now when you're going to visit schools, talk to schools, look, research schools, that you can better find what's suited for you and your skill set, and you can be knowledgeable in having these conversations, and you can get to know these teams, players, and coaches better, and have a deeper understanding, because it helps when it comes to recruiting, that you know not only the level, the subdivision, but also the conferences and the coaches, because things move around as far as like coaches and players and things of that nature. So now the more you know, then it just makes sense when people move and things start to change. You still have your bearings because you're grounded in the fundamental basics, and then that's what allows you to understand it on a deeper level. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. Click that subscribe button, and I'll check in with y'all next week.